Republican megadonors, lawmakers, and heck, even some Democrats are headed to a secretive think tank meeting in the state of Georgia this week, put on by the ultraconservative think tank, the American Enterprise Institute. They're going to talk policy, foreign policy, economic policy, domestic energy production, and of course, they're going to schmooze with the donors to try to get some scratch coming their way. But there's one person who has noticeably been snubbed and didn't receive an invite to this forum, this super secretive, high-powered Republican and some Democrat conference. And that person, of course, is Donald Trump himself. In spite of the fact that he spent last weekend over in New Orleans hobnobbing with Republican donors, they apparently didn't see fit to invite him to their super secret, ultra lavish luxury retreat in the state of Georgia. And that's fairly telling, right? Let me read a little bit of this. This is from NBC reporter Robert Costa. While the nonpartisan but historically conservative group has previously supported aspects of Trump's agenda, many of its scholars have become critics of the former president, particularly after he refused to concede defeat in the 2020 presidential election. This year's guest list also underscores how some leaders inside the establishment wing of the Republican Party and their allies on the right are increasingly eager to move on from Trump and loosen his grip on the conservative movement. So, you even have, by the way, Biden's economic advisor showing up to speak at this thing and hobnob, unfortunately, with these Republican megadonors. But not Trump. Because as it turns out, those inside the GOP, the ones who actually make decisions behind closed doors, they're sick of him. They want to move on from him. They don't want him to be the face of the party. They sure as hell don't want him to even be the voice of the party. They would love to go about their day pretending that he's not out there acting like the most powerful conservative in this country, which he isn't. But when they pretend that he is, he kind of does become that, which is weird. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that these Republicans engage in, and it's stupid. They could cut Donald Trump off right now, and it wouldn't affect them at all. Oh, sure. You'd have your MAGA hat wearers out there being furious, but when it's time to go to the polls, they're still going to show up and they're going to vote for Republicans. Like, that's not going to change. You may have some, absolutely, who decide to just stay home for one election cycle. Why not burn it on the midterms, right? That seems to make more sense than pretending you have no allegiance to him, but then when he comes out, say, oh, we love you, and then behind closed doors, you're like, we gotta get rid of him. None of it makes any sense, folks. In fact, I would go ahead and say that that should be the new slogan for the Republican Party. None of this makes any sense, but we're gonna do it anyway because we're out of ideas. That is what today's Republican Party stands for. Nothing except for symbolic gestures, which they undermine behind the scenes, or maybe they're undermining them in front of the cameras and saying what they really mean behind the scenes. I don't exactly know how it works, and neither do they. So you can go have your little secret meeting over in Georgia this week. You can talk policy. You can all sit and schmooze about how much you hate Donald Trump and how terrible he is for America. But once you step back out in the light and the cameras are rolling on you, you're going to do nothing but fawn over the man that is almost single-handedly helping to destroy the Republican Party. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.